Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are back with another how-to video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to apply blush. This is very basic to a lot of people, but to some they still struggle with that, and it's okay. You know, not everybody's perfect at makeup. I have a lot of clients who don't know how to apply eyeshadow, who don't know how to apply foundation. So I want to give you guys simple steps, beginner's guide, beginner friendly, step by step, whatever you want to call it, how to apply your makeup. And we're taking it very basic, very beginner friendly, and this is another one of those videos where I'm just going to talk about the blushes, the colors, the undertone, brushes, and then we're going to show you how to apply the actual blush onto the cheeks. Now I've already applied it, but I'm going to go ahead and cut to the video where I don't have any blush on. But yeah, I hope this is super helpful. I saw in the comment sections from my how to apply eyeshadow video that some of you guys were struggling with how to apply blushes and how to select a color. So I hope that this one is helpful for you guys, and let me know what other videos you want to see next. I know some of you really want to know how to select eyeshadow colors, and that's something very simple and I could definitely do a video on. So comment down below, let me know what other videos you want to see like this. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in again. Everything that I have on my face, I will link it down below in the description box, so check out the links down there. And yeah, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and cut to this video. My how to apply eyeshadow for beginners is doing amazing. Like, it's almost at 30,000 views. Thank you so much for the support on that video. And I've been reading the comments down below, and I love the fact that you guys are asking questions about really basic stuff on makeup, which tells me that my audience really wants to just learn the primary steps to applying makeup and then advance. Okay, so that's really great. I love when you guys leave comments down below. Let me know what kind of videos I should be doing. Blushes come in a variety of colors because there are so many skin tones out there. There's so many blushes. There are pinks, there are mauves, there are cool tone, there are warm tones, there are cream blushes, there are liquid blushes, and there are powder brushes. I personally prefer powder blushes. I just work best with them, but it depends on your skin tone, not your skin tone, but your skin type also. If you have more mature skin, I do like to use liquid or cream blushes. I just feel like it sits really well on the skin and gives more like a hydrated look. Some powder blushes can be a little bit too powdery, and so it looks dry on the skin. And if you do have dry skin, you might even like the texture and the feel of a cream blush. So experiment, go to a makeup counter, try it out on your hand or even on your face. Make sure they sanitize it for you and see how you feel about the texture of the blushes. Do you like something with more hydration, which is a cream or liquid blush, or do you prefer a powder blush, which honestly I find is a lot easier to apply? In terms of color, this is honestly all about personal preference, what color blush you want. It depends on your makeup and all of that stuff. Like for me, I like a blush that doesn't stand out too much. I like a blush that gives me a little bit of a flush. Right now I'm not wearing any blush, any bronzer, or any highlight. I just have my face base on and my eyes and my lips, okay? But in terms of blushes, I like something that's going to give me a little bit of something, but not too much. I look at my makeup in the past and I look at it and I tend to use a lot of blush in the past. And I feel like a lot of the attention is here instead of like here or here, which is where I want most of the attention when it comes to my makeup. So I try to do a blush that's not as overpowering as the eyes or the lips, unless I'm going for a very basic makeup look where I don't have any eyeshadow on. I just have a bold lip. Then I'll do a little bit more on the blush just to warm up my skin. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. In my complexion, I personally feel like warm tones suit me best rather than cool tone blushes. I just feel like cool tone colors, even lipsticks and eyeshadows, I don't think it's flattering to me. I have quite a golden yellow undertone, so warm tones definitely complement me better, okay? So if you have more of a cool undertone to your skin tone, cool tones tend to just like mesh better with you. And if you have more of a warm undertone, golden, yellow, red undertone, warm tones just tend to look a lot better. They complement your skin a lot better. But that doesn't mean that you cannot use cool undertone makeup. And when I'm speaking about undertone, just for, you know, reference for anyone who doesn't really understand what I'm talking about, it's like makeup. There are cool undertone, which is like blue tones, and there are warm undertones, which is like goldens and reds and fiery oranges. I'm trying to really explain it to you guys, but let me show you guys an example in terms of blushes. I have these two Burberry blushes right over here, and as you guys can see, just looking at it right now, this one is definitely more cool tone than this one. They are both pink blushes, but this has a cooler undertone, as you guys can see. I hope you guys are picking that up. And this one has a warmer undertone. So this definitely will brighten up my complexion because of that cool undertone. But this will just look a little bit more natural on my skin tone because I have that warm undertone. So this is just a difference of a warm and a cool tone blush. And then I'm going to show you two more blushes just to show you guys cool and warm tone. They are not the same color, but just to show you the huge difference. So these two blushes right over here, these are from Makeup Geek and MAC Cosmetics. So this one is called Secret Admirer, and it's this kind of lavender-ish blush. Very cool tone, as you guys can see, very cool tone. And then we have Breezy from MAC Cosmetics, and this is definitely warm tone, as you guys can see. And just putting it close to my skin tone, you can already tell that this one here is going to complement me a lot better than the cool tone one. Like, look at this. There is a huge difference. So cool tone and warm tone. So play around with the undertones of your blushes and see which one just like, it really just meshes with your skin tone and your makeup overall. For me, it's definitely warm tones. So in terms of applying your blush, I definitely use a brush when it comes to powdered blush. If it was a liquid or a cream blush, I wouldn't mind using my fingers, or you could use a beauty blender, honestly. But with powder blushes, you definitely need a brush for them to apply it onto the face. Some examples of brushes that I have. Now, it all depends on how much product you want on your face. The denser the brush, the more product it's going to pick up. Like, for example, this is a Morphe Y9 brush. It's from their Gunmetal collection. It's not super dense, but it is a little bit denser than my other blush brushes. So this is going to pick up a lot more product than this super fluffy brush. And I'm going to show you another brush that's a lot more looser. This one right over here. This is from Real Techniques, and it's their blush brush. And you see, like, the shape is a little bit different, but honestly, I don't feel like the shape makes a huge difference when you apply the brush if you're going to apply it in the same areas all the time. But just looking at it, you will see that this one here is a lot softer. The bristles are a lot more looser than this guy over here. This is definitely a lot more densely packed than this one here. So, but they can both be used for blush application. Now, if you have a smaller face and you're scared to put a lot of blush on your cheeks, try and use a smaller brush. So in terms of smaller brushes, there is this guy right over here. This is the Morphe Y9, and this can be used for blush application if you want something that's going to give you smaller amounts and you can build up on it. And it'll be great if you're a beginner or if you have a smaller face, like I said. And then there's this one here. This is the Morphe E53. I just love the Morphe brushes, and I tend to use them a lot, and I have a lot of them, so that's what I would suggest, and they're more affordable, to be honest with you guys. When you are applying your brush, this is your cheeks right here. So you have your cheek bone right over here, so the apples of the cheeks, as some people call it, right over here. I hope I'm not messing up my makeup by touching my face so much, but this, when you smile, these are the apples of your cheeks, and then this is part of your cheek also, right? These are the hollows of your cheek. You guys can see like a natural shadow right there. That's the hollows of your cheeks, and then right here is part of your cheekbone where we normally highlight the highest points of the cheeks. So for your blush, I don't like to blush right at the center, at the apples of the cheeks. I find it just makes the face a little bit too closed up, and it's just too much going on right here. So I like to leave a little space. Like, say my eye, in the middle of my eye, this is pretty much where I'm going to start off my blush. So I like to leave the first half bare, okay? So your eye, the middle of your eye, this is where I'm going to start my blush. Most of the color is here, but then you're blending it outwards. So it's blending into nothing, like a gradient effect. So from dark to light. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna grab a little of that blush, just like that. And then I always tap off the excess at the back of my hand because I want to go small amounts at a time, especially when you're just starting out, right? So you're just grabbing it, tap away the excess, and then I kind of start adding that blush. So I add it and I drag that brush outwards towards like my temple almost. So, or towards your hairline, I want to say actually. So you're not really going up, you're just going outwards towards your hairline. So you just want to add that blush there. And you can smile if you want that color mostly on the highest points, but don't go too close to your nose, okay? Give it a little space right there. So I'm just going to go and add my blush. And also remember not to go too low on the face because it will drag your face down. Keep the blush right before the hollows of your cheeks. Don't go any lower than that, okay? Because you're going to apply your bronzer here. And even if you don't apply bronzer and just blush, just keep it above the hollows of your cheek. It's just going to give a more lifted and youthful appearance, if that makes sense. So that's the amount of blush that I would kind of put on a regular basis. I wouldn't put more than this. So it just gives my skin a little bit of a flush, but not too much. I hope that the camera is kind of picking it up. I'm going to apply a little bit more so you guys can kind of see that, because sometimes these lights really wash away the makeup. But this is very pigmented, so I tend to not go too much with it. But this is the amount that I would apply, just like that. So I'm not going under here. And if you are afraid that you did go a little bit lower than you were supposed to, grab whatever you use to apply your foundation or a powder brush. And this is what I use, and just kind of stipple that area and clean it up. Just like that. Make sure you're not creating a harsh line, and if you do feel like, ooh, that created a harsh line, you just kind of want to go back with that blush brush and just smooth it out. Now, I'm really holding the brush softly on my skin. I'm not pressing it. I'm holding it very softly and doing soft motions on my cheek area. So that's really important too. The way you hold your brushes is going to, you know, really show a lot about how you applied your makeup in terms of eyes and cheeks, anything. And you just want to apply it very, very softly on the skin and not be too rough and press down the brush, because that's when you're going to create really harsh lines or really pack on the brush in a certain area and not the other area, because you want it to look very smooth and soft, okay? And there we have it. I have applied the blush. It has warmed up my skin a little bit and just added a little flush of color on the cheeks. It kind of brightens up your skin tone a little bit and just makes everything so cohesive. So this is what it looks like. And now I'm just going to quickly apply my bronzer and my highlight. So that is it for this video. I hope it was helpful for you guys and you got something out of it. Definitely comment down below and let me know if it was helpful, if you need some more pointers, and what kind of videos you want to see next in terms of how to Tuesday videos. I think, you know, it was pretty basic, but I hope that you guys could understand exactly what I was trying to explain. As always, thank you so much for watching and tuning in and supporting this channel. I really do appreciate it. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share it with anyone who needs some help with their makeup. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Ciao!